Hare Krishna everyone, here in the group Healing Naturally. I hope you all are safe, healthy and abiding by the rules and regulations of the respective governments of your countries. Today we're going to begin reading the Krishna book written by Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is the gist of 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's beautiful narration of the pastimes of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan and Nandagaon and Vraj. So let us today begin this. We're going to invoke Supreme Personality of Godhead with our prayers when we begin anything auspicious. So please say with me, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I will give a little bit of gist from the introduction as given by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, there are three classes of men in this world. One class consists of liberated souls, another consists of those who are trying to be liberated, and the third consists of the materialistic men. Whether one is liberated or is trying to be liberated, or is even grossly materialistic, the pastimes of Lord Krishna are worth studying. The liberated souls have no interest in the materialistic activities. The impersonalist theory that after liberation one becomes inactive and need not hear anything does not approve that a liberated person is actually inactive. A living soul cannot be inactive. He is active either in the conditioned state or in the liberated state. A diseased person, for example, is also active, but his activities are all painful. The same person, when freed from the diseased condition, is still active, but is in the healthy condition. The activities are full of pleasure. Similarly, the impersonalists also from the diseased condition activities. So let me clear a little bit about personalists and impersonalists. I'm sure I have discussed this in my previous posts in this group. We consider Lord Krishna to be a person. He can be impersonal and personal both, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom all the energies, all the opulences, all the name, fame, and everything which we see around us has appeared. Albeit in a little minute percentage. The Bhagavad Gita is a study or the narration on the philosophy of the science of God spoken by Krishna himself. Srimad Bhagavatam is the narration about the activities and the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. Both are Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. "500 years ago, Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya in West Bengal, and by the order of Lord Chaitanya that Krishna Katha should be spread all over the world, because if the conditioned souls suffering under the pangs of material existence take to Krishna Katha, then their path of liberation will be open and clear. The purpose of presenting this book is primarily to induce people to understand Krishna or Krishna Katha, because thereby they can become freed from material bondage." So let's begin our reading. The first chapter is titled The Advent of Lord Krishna. As I said If you would like to read alongside, there is a link I have given in the comments in the earlier post. Please go to www.vedabase.com and there you can find all the books written by Prabhupada, from Bhagavatam to Bhagavad Gita to small books, and this one, Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Once the world was overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of different kings, who were actually demons but were posing themselves as the royal order. At that time, the whole world became perturbed, and predominating deity of this earth, known as Bhumi, went to see Lord Brahma to tell of her calamities due to the demoniac kings. Bhumi assumed the shape of a cow and presented herself before Lord Brahma with tears in her eyes. She was bereaved and was weeping just to invoke the Lord's compassion. She related the calamitous position of the earth, and after hearing this, Lord Brahma became much aggrieved, and he at once started for the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Brahma was accompanied by all the demigods, headed by Lord Shiva, and Bhumi also followed. Arriving on the shore of the milk ocean, Lord Brahma began to pacify Lord Vishnu, who had formerly saved the earth planet by assuming the transcendental form of boar, the Vara avatar, as we know. In the Vedic mantras, there is a particular type of prayer called Purusha Sukta. Generally, the demigods offer their obeisances unto Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by chanting the Purusha Sukta. It is understood herein that the predominating deity of every planet can see the Supreme Lord of this universe. Brahma, whenever there is some disturbance on this planet, and Brahma can approach the Supreme Lord Vishnu, not by seeing him directly on the shore of the ocean of milk. There is a planet within this universe called the Shweta Dvipa, and on that planet there is a ocean of milk. It is understood from various literatures that just as there is the ocean of salt water on this planet, there are various kinds of oceans on other planets. Somewhere there is an ocean of milk, somewhere there is an ocean of oil, and somewhere there are oceans of liquor and of many other types of liquids. The Purusha Sukta is a standard prayer which the demigods recite to appease the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kshirodakshai Vishnu. Because he is lying on the ocean of milk, he is called Kshirodakshai Vishnu. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through whom all the incarnations within this universe appear. After all the demigods offered the Purusha Sukta prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they apparently heard no response. Then Lord Brahma personally sat in the meditation, and there was a message transmission from Lord Vishnu to Brahma. Brahma then broadcast the message to the demigods. That is the system of receiving Vedic knowledge. The Vedic knowledge is received first by Brahma from the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of the heart. As stated in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. The transcendental knowledge of the Vedas was transmitted to Lord Brahma through the heart. Here also in the same way, only Brahma could understand the message transmitted by Lord Vishnu, and he broadcast it to the demigods for their immediate action. The message was this: the Supreme Personality of Godhead would appear on the earth very soon along with his supreme powerful potencies, and so long he remained on the earth planet to execute his mission of annihilating the demons and establishing the devotees. The demigods should also remain there to assist him. They should all immediately take birth in the family of the Yadu dynasty, wherein the Lord would also appear in due course of time. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, himself Krishna, would personally appear as the son of Vasudeva. Before his appearance, all the demigods, along with their wives, should appear in different pious families in the world just to assist the Lord in executing his mission. The exact word used here is Tat. The demigods should appear on the earth in order to please the Lord. In other words, any living entity who lives only to satisfy the Lord is a demigod. The demigods were further informed that the plenary portion of Lord Krishna, Ananta, who is maintaining the universal planets by extending his millions of hoods, would also appear on earth before Lord Krishna's appearance. They were also informed that the external potency of Vishnu, Maya, with whom all the conditioned souls are enamored, would also appear by the order of the Supreme Lord, just to execute his purpose. After instructing and pacifying all the demigods as well as Bhumi with sweet words, Lord Brahma, the father of all the Prajapatis or progenitors of universal population, departed for his abode, the highest material planet called Brahmaloka. The leader of the Yadu dynasty, King Shurasena, was ruling over the country known as Mathura, wherein lies the city of Mathura as well as the district known as Shurasena, which was named after him. On account of the rule of King Shurasena, Mathura became the capital city of all the kings of Yadus. Mathura was also made the capital of the kings of the Yadu dynasty because the Yadus were a very pious family and knew that Mathura is the place where Lord Sri Krishna lives eternally, just as he also lives in Dwarka. So I think we will continue from here tomorrow at 10:30. So please join me if you can in reading of the Krishna book. Hare Krishna, and wish you all a blessed and blissful day.